And welcome everyone to the Missouri Valley Conference Cats Chat. I'm Andy Katz. Please be joined by Drake head coach Darian Devries. Darren, you're coming off a very tough game against Northern Iowa, but you're still only a game out of first place. So where would you assess the Drake Bulldogs at this moment here in mid-February?
Well, we've gotten probably the healthiest we've been all year. So, from that standpoint, we feel pretty good, where we're at as we head into February. And losing one at home always hurts, in a tough game there, but we're still in a good spot. For the most part, we got opportunities in front of us to still keep us right there at the top but some very tough games too. So it should be a fun closure to a really tight conference race.
Yeah, there's no question. I think early on it appeared like Loyola Chicago was, clearly the favorite. They have come back to the pack, or the pack has caught them only a game differential. And really, you guys, you already have that win over Loyola, Northern Iowa. Missouri State beat them. It really feels like any of these top 4 or 5 teams could be holding that trophy in St. Louis. What's your assessment?
Yeah, I agree. I think everybody is so evenly matched, really top to bottom. Maybe there's a few teams that can't catch the regular season title, but when it gets down to St. Louis and you just need to win those 3 games, I think there's a lot of things that could happen based on how close all these games have been.
One thing, Darren, we've talked over the last couple of years is your ability with this team and this staff to survive departures. And nothing's been wrong. It's just, that's the era we live in the transfer portal. What do you attribute to that ability for this team to, lose a significant contributor and never miss a beat?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is a very tight group. I think they all understand that there's opportunities there, when someone graduates, someone gets hurt, someone leaves, and they all they play for one another. So I think we're able to kind of just continue to fill in spots and whether whatever the circumstances are, and guys continue to play hard, and compete together and have some fun with it.
Look, I don't, it's fine. Obviously, everyone has their freedom to move around, but what we are seeing, and I don't need you to pick on, guys that have left your place, but it does seem that, there are great opportunities at places like Drake in the Valley. And sometimes when people leave, those opportunities are not the exact same. Now, maybe they have to adjust their role. Maybe that'll help them further down the road. But how do you feel like the current climate is for players who are at a Drake in the Valley, that can have great success and go on to have professional careers versus if they have to leave and adapt to another spot?
Yeah, I think for us, we've always talked to our guys about, if there's an opportunity that they feel is better, that's fine, and that's their choice. And the same, we've had guys transfer here as well that they felt like it was a good opportunity for them. So, for us, it's coach the guys that are here and we want guys that want to be here. And I think we have a really great spot and guys really enjoy, playing with one another. And like you said, it's part of college basketball now. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing at all. It's just different than maybe it was 20 years ago, obviously. But I think guys have done well, when they've been able to go and find a better spot or better fit for them. And sometimes it doesn't work out. And those are the ones you feel bad for at times. It's you just want them to do well. And even if it's not at your place, you wish them well. And hopefully it ends up being a good decision for them.
So one player who I didn't think was going anywhere else is your son, Tucker. He's, had great moments for you guys the other, recently led you in scoring. What's it been like to see him be that significant contributor? Obviously had a great high school career, but make that kind of impact right away on your team. Oh, and by the way, he's also your son.
Well, it's been a lot of fun. He just loves to compete. That's the part that he really loves, is just being out there with this group of guys too. A bunch of older guys. They all love to be out there and compete, and he just loves to be in that mix. And he's having a blast with it. I know I'm having fun too. So it's fun to get to be a part of that day to day with him as we go through this whole experience.
Yeah, it's funny. I've talked to so many coaches that have coached their sons, and sometimes it's like it's great if your son is a big time contributor or he's sort of at the end of the bench. It's hard when he's sort of in the middle and you're not sure what to do. Does it make it easier that your son's really good?
Well, I think what makes it easier is that we have a great group of guys that, have welcomed him in, and the way they treat him is what makes this experience for him and I so good. Is he's just one of the guys out there competing and playing, and that's what makes it cool for me, even as a dad coach. Is I get to have fun and enjoy it too because of how the rest of the guys all handle it.
Hey, last thing, Darren. Last year, crazy schedule, Missouri Valley to adjust the schedule. And this year we got fans. There's been pauses, and obviously there's been restrictions in various spots. But how do you even compare last year to this year?
It's night and day. I mean, just, we've been in a couple of venues now where we got the, full house. We had a great crowd the other night at home in the Knapp Center, and you just forget how much those guys just love being in that moment, with a crowd, a really good crowd, fan bases, having fun again. And that's the part that everybody missed out on last year. You just didn't get to go through that. And for the fans to be back and enjoying college basketball the way they are, it's great for everybody.
Well, Darren, I appreciate your time. There's no question Drake's going to be in the mix down to that final weekend, and of course in St. Louis. Appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you, Andy.